Uh, Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mikey Mike and his JJ production. It has definitely been a while, and you definitely may be wondering why I'm cheesing more than normal, and I apologize for the background noise. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. Um, but yeah, I am cheesing for a specific reason. So let's go ahead and get into another Mikey Mike and his JJ production. All righty. So as I said, it's been a while, and it's the reason why it's been such a long time is because I have been desiring now for a minute to be able to do a multi-engine lash up. I have two engines that I have my eye on that I want to do a lash up to pull a pretty long freight consist. And obviously, I can't do a lash up unless I have the correct remote. So I did attempt at first to get a remote, being that the Cab 3 is not available yet. We're hearing different dates. I've heard September, I've heard December. I heard they're doing some testing, but still no final date. And trying to get any information from Lionel was like pulling teeth. So basically, I've gotten impatient, and I've attempted to do a multi-engine lash up using what has been available. And so this first video clip is from I guess about 7 weeks ago, my first attempt, and check it out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mikey Mike and his JJ production. UPS, Mr. Brown himself, dropped something off today, so let's open it up and check it out. Well, lo and behold. Train Master Command Set, Cab 1 and the base. Wow. Now, I actually have a Cab 3 on order, but it's taking too long. And obviously, you can't get a Cab 2. As you know, most of them right now are selling for anywhere between $900 and $1,500. And the Cab 3 is supposed to come out in September, but don't know if that's going to actually happen. And I have two engines that I want to buy. Legacy BNSF, I believe they're ES44 AC engines. And I want to buy both of those engines so I can do a lash up. And obviously I can't do a lash up with this. So when I first found out about the Cab 2 remote, and that you could do lash ups with it, I never saw anyone doing a lash up with a Cab 1 remote. And then somebody told me that you actually could. And so I was like, well, I just waited until the Cab 3 came out. But when these two engines became available, I was like, well, they're not going to be there much long. Matter of fact, they may already be gone for all I know. So I need to be able to do a lash up now, and this is the only option. Even the Cab 1L, the base is not available anywhere. So I saw a guy online do a lash up with the Cab 1, and so I was like, well, it's not super expensive to get a used one, and so I figure I'd get one and see if we can do a lash up. So let's see if we can. And now the person I bought this from got this from an estate sale, so unfortunately they did not have the means to test it out to make sure it worked. So I bought a little insurance just in case, because you don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for something that don't work. So this is the thing that you hook to the track that's supposed to communicate with the trains. the base. You can see that there. And power supply. And of course, the coveted remote. It's be in pretty good shape. So hopefully everything works. Works according to plan here. But yep, there's the remote. And antenna, boy, this is really old school. So let's get some batteries in it and hook it up and try it out. Okay, so that did not work out well. The remote had battery corrosion in the battery compartment, and I was able to clean it out, get the remote working, but I could not get it to do a multi-engine lash up. I could get it to control a single engine. I could actually get it on this, this is an AA set here, dual power. I was able to actually, it's automatically default for the second unit to operate in reverse. And obviously with the universal remote, you cannot change anything about the engines whatsoever. So I was able to actually reverse that engine so that it actually was running forward, and it looked pretty neat to have two forward of these engines pulling this these CXX business cars here, 21-inch passenger cars. But I could not get it to do a lash up. I tried to do a lash up between this and my DD35 over here, and the DD35 was moving at a completely different speed. And even when I tried to reverse the direction, this would go in reverse. The DD35 would keep going forward. So it worked in as a single engine, controlling a single engine, but trying to do a lash up didn't work. So I bought it off eBay. The person that sold it to me did tell me that they were not in the hobby. They had gotten it, I guess, from maybe someone in the family that had passed away, and they were just trying to sell all their train stuff. And so the guy didn't know if it worked or not. He had no way of testing it. So he was selling it as is, and he sold it for probably about half the price that it was that other people were selling their Cab 1 for. And this was the Cab 1, not the Cab 1L. And so, yeah, got it. Multi-engine lash up didn't work, and I knew I couldn't return it because he did state that he was selling it as is. But he was nice enough when I told him that it didn't work to give me about 45-50% of the cost of what I paid for it back. And then also I bought it on eBay. And for those of you who shop on eBay, I don't know if you are aware, but Allstate does sell insurance so that you can recoup some of the money if you buy something on eBay and it doesn't work. So with that, I was able to get back like 95% of the money. And then I turned around and sold it on eBay as spare parts, putting in the description that it didn't work with multi-engine lash ups. It also did not work with the Station Sounds Dyna car. I couldn't get that to work on there either. So I was able to pretty much get my money back for that, and then some, thanks between the partial refund I got from the seller, the Allstate insurance, and then being able to turn right back around and selling it for a fraction of the cost that I paid for it, because I was just selling the spare parts. So that brings us here today to today's mail call. And being that the Cab 1 couldn't work, there was only one other option to doing a multi-engine lash up right now with Lionel Legacy. And that, folks, brings us to the Cab 2. The rare Lionel's no longer making it, and the people who have them are selling them for astronomical cost. But I went ahead, saved the money, and went on ahead and got one. As you can see, this was built in 2016, so it doesn't need the hardware update. It only needs the software update. And this is new in box, which means that the Cab 2 remote in here has never been out of the actual box. It is new in box. So let's open it up and check it out. Gonna use my Husky box cutter, or actually this is a knife from Home Depot. Seven years old, never been open. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's pull it out the box. Still in its original plastic. Actually, I take that back. The guy actually did open this up just for so he can take pictures of it. So he did actually open this up, but it hasn't been used. So, but he did open it up for the sake of the pictures. Here's the manual. All right, and here's the remote control that I have been envious of many of you using as I watch your videos and watch how you effortlessly use this remote to do multi-engine lash ups and create trains with 5 engines, just pulling cars that seem to stretch on forever. So I have longed to be able to do that, to be able to tap into the full power of Lionel legacy, and to be able to listen to all the crew talk, not just the boring standard crew talk that you can only access with the universal remote. And man, to actually be able to do a multi-engine lash up. So let's and then of course here's the cab 2 base, which Lionel just stopped making. You know, I get why they stopped making this, because supposedly some of the parts were like super expensive. So, but they could have kept making this, and you could use this with a Cat 1L remote. So technically you could still do lash ups and so forth. But yeah, there it is. So let's take it upstairs and get it updated to the latest software, and then I'll be back to attempt my first multi-engine lash ups right here on Mikey Mike and his JJ Productions. All right, everyone. So turns out this has already been updated with the software 1.6 update. So I guess that was something that happened way back in 2016, which was like 7 years ago. So, all righty, that's already done. So we can go ahead and just start doing what I like to do best, which is to run trains. All right, so it's gonna be a little loud, but let's see, I think we already got the train geared up here. So now, another thing that I was looking forward to doing other than the lash up was to actually get the station sounds from my Donna car here. So you can see it there. So let's see what we got.
The office car special is departing. Please set your luggage over there.
I can actually turn the smoke on from here now.
What are your orders? It's only here for 2 weeks and then take the main to the next interlock. Dispatcher, we're ready. Is it okay to pull? Over.
Now, what's interesting is I have a, let's see if you can see it here. So this is a AA set, and it's kind of hidden behind the other engine is hidden behind the passenger station here. So I didn't know how to program both of these engines as one engine, which is unnecessary with the universal remote. It just automatically goes in the same direction. But with this remote, the only way I knew how to do it was to program each engine as part of a train. So this is an actual train right now. So let's get started. I love it.
Yeah, this is your ticket. Right here. Thank you, sir. Tickets. Thank you, ma'am. Next stop, folks. If this is your station, please move towards the door. The next stop coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dining car is now open for the first meeting.
Dispatcher, am I clear to the outbound? Over. We told you, hold to your signal. Out. Engine did good. Bring it home.
Now I have access to a shutdown sequence.
Dispatcher, go to the register room to sign out. Out.
I love it. All right. So the next thing we're going to try is something that I have been wanting to do, I guess, since I first saw the video of this guy had a video of, he put a camera on an engine and he had the engine follow another train. And I was trying to figure out, how was he maintaining the speed? I noticed the speed wasn't like, it was consistent. And I had no idea that it was this. So basically, you do a lash up and you get an engine behind your train and you put a camera on it and it maintains the same distance. Now, when I had this remote, I used to try to do that, and you can kind of see that in some of my videos where if you notice, the caboose or observation car would speed away from it, and then it would kind of close in, and then it would speed away, and it was kind of just back and forth. But now with this, we can finally do what I've been trying to do. So let's check it out.